Hello, welcome back again to NX Progressive Die tutorial. So in this session, after we create die-based design and splitting the dies, now it's time to insert some kind of piercing insert and die cavity insert. So it's just like this one. In here, so this is a user-defined piercing insert. We also going to insert some kind of a standard insert for piercing. So let's get started. Now I click open. I'm using desktop in here. Now before I continue, I want to explain a little bit. Each time I have a progress in NX Progressive Die, I always save it on a different folder. For example, in here, folder 1, 2, and 3. This is from the beginning, and the next, and this the third. After I create die-based design, I save it in the force calculation and die-based design. So this is a good way to ensure that if you make some mistake on the step, you can return to previous folder if the mistake is too heavy to repair. So this is what I always do when I working in NX Progressive Die. Okay, now I opened the project console 26. Okay, this is the die after we split. You can see in here, this is the layout like I already showed you in the previous video. Now I want to show you how to insert the piercing. In here we have the scrap, the pilot hole, and some of the special piercing in here. I will go first of all, I will go to this one, the user defined piercing. I will hide this lower and hide the other part also. Okay, now how to insert piercing? We're going in here, what is called punch insert. Okay, it always requests a scrap, so it means that if you have scrap like you already defined in this scrap design, then you can easily click. The software automatically will create the punch and also the die. Okay, here I will click the scrap, offset side, die side, or the punch side. Okay, click apply. NX automatically create the punch with the same geometry with the scrap. Okay, so next also I will click this one, I will add. And the final for trimming. Okay, now we have all the user defined on the punch side. Now we go to on the die side. Okay, I use this one, cavity and slug hole. Select scrap. In here we have scrap. Okay, you can see all the setting in here. Click apply. I will click all together. Okay, already selected. Click apply. So NX automatically create all the user defined on the piercing tool. Data frame is too large, use a smaller one, click OK, just click OK, and next automatically adjusts the taper angle to the appropriate one. Okay, we are done. Now we already finished for this all the piercing, the user defined piercing. Now we're going to the special piercing. In here I can use a special piercing, but before I start, perhaps I should know about the diameter of the hole itself. I can go to PMI, and then I can create radial like this one. The diameter is 6 millimeters. This is also the same. Okay, progressive die. Here I will create punch. I can use standard punch. Select edge first. So the edges in here, the whole face. Now if you click in here, it means the punch will stop here. So I think it will be better if I select on the bottom one. The bottom, using standard, select standard. Now I have this one. I'm looking the diameter with 6 millimeters diameter. Seeing D, this one D, 6 millimeters. Okay, and I click OK. Offset side on the punch side, or the die side. I will go on the punch side. Click apply. Set tool body outside complete of the target. Let's cancel, but it should be okay. I want to click view, preset setting to make a little bit smooth. Okay. Add this one also. Standard. Six. Okay. This special piercing, and we also have some kind of special piercing in here. You can see in this here, in here, and also this one, the big one. Okay, before I start, I need the information about the dimension for each hole. I will go back to PMI using radial. Okay, I got the information I need. Return to progressive die. The diameter is 5. .5. Not yet, we don't have, so maybe we can type our own. The diameter is 8. I want to add some more in here. The diameter 4.5, select H. Oh, we need to type. Now we finish all the standard punch. We're going to now to user define this one. So in the previous, I click select edge, automatically selected. Now I have to select whole faces to create a user define punch to piercing, user define punch to pierce all this hole. Here you can see the edges and the whole face. Create without blank, so it will automatically create shape like this. We're doing also the same way, like this. Click the edges, select the whole faces. Click. Okay, I go user define it and create without blank. Okay, now this is also I can use. Select edges, you see edges, whole face. Click. Okay, I already got the all faces. Now it's time to click create without blank. This is it. This is all the result. Now I already create the insert punch, so it's time for me to create the insert die, including in this stage also. In creating the die for this, I go back to this one. Before the previous, the previous step is to create the punch side. Now I will create the die side. This is the punch and then this is the die. What you need to do is to select the edge in here and then click die, and then you can use user define and you continue to the next step. But before I start, I want to hide a little bit so I can easily to select all this. Okay. Okay. Select the edges. You can see in here, all faces in here. Specify orientation is automatically defined. Insert type is a die, and you can select which one, block or cylinder. In this case I select cylinder, and then I will resize. Maybe you can see a little bit closer, more easy for you to understand. Okay, I will rotate this. Okay, the diameter maybe about 3 millimeters. And how deep? You can see maybe I will select about 25 millimeters, and then I go create insert die and slug hole. Also die on the die side, click OK. Now you see here the NX automatically create the taper side, because in here there are taper angle cavity type, or perhaps you want to make a step type, but in this case I use taper angle. You see in here there's a taper angle right here. Okay, I will create the other one. Select edges. Okay, in here the edges, the all faces. The diameter in here is 3 millimeters. Okay, the length about the previous one I use 25. Okay, and I click create the insert and slug hole and click OK. Okay, so it create the die side. Now I will do the same thing to all of this, all this hole. Okay, so the die side on every standard punch piercing already complete. Now it's time for me to create the user defined die, for example for this hole. It will be better if I use block, because the shape almost like box in here, not a round shape. Select edges, select whole faces. This is the edges. Now I will select the whole faces. As you can see, NX automatically create a preview like this. Now for example, if I insert about 25 also, now in here it must, the trick in here, you must put this box slightly higher from the object, so when it create, it will create some kind of a closed surface in here but a hollow inside. After that, we can use asynchronous technology to editing the geometry. For this case, okay, I will create the insert in slug hole. I can see, I'll click apply. Now you see here, it automatically create, but it's not yet open. So what I need to do next is to create or edit this part using synchronous technology. I open in the modeling environment, click home, now this is the part. Okay, this is the part. In here I want to open. I can use move face, click the part, slightly open. Now you see it's open now. Okay, and I can trim the unnecessary shape, this one, using datum and here datum. Okay, it's cut. Okay, I can do trim body. I can trim using this datum, click OK. And if you want to add some thickness in here, maybe you can use also synchronous technology to slightly add the thickness in here. Maybe add about 2 millimeters or 1 millimeter is necessary. It's up to you. Click apply. So this wall is not too thin, and maybe in here also I can add a little bit thickness, maybe 0.5 millimeters, 0.5, so the in here is not too thin. And also add this one, 5, 1.5. Okay, that's done the design. I go back again to NX progressive die, to project control. Now you see it's finished, but it's slightly cut in here. So what we need to do now is to edit again. So right now I'm not going back to the modeling environment, but I go into the assembly environment because I want to see if I using chamfer can this feature to solve the problem. Now okay, I think it's good now. And also maybe you can chamfer the unnecessary shape like this one also. So everything is up to you. Okay, like this one. Okay, after this I go back again to project control. I want to create the other user define. If we have yes, this one we not yet create, so we go back to progressive die. Here select edges, I select the edge right, the below, the bottom one. Okay, this geometry easier because it's just like box. Okay, like about same size, maybe 25. I don't know. So right click, one click. We'll add about 20. Okay. Now you can see I slightly add to the top, so it's gonna be the same thing like this one. You can see this is because the taper angle cut in here. Okay, so you must go to synchronous technology to trim the unnecessary shape like this one. Okay, maybe I go to synchronous modeling. I had the bounding box. Okay, using the datum. Okay. Okay. And then same body. Okay. If you want to add thickness, you can use move face like the previous one. Okay, maybe add some thickness in here. Okay, click apply. Oh, sorry. Undo. Face. Click apply. Apply. You can do the same thing also to this side and this side if you think this is too thin. Okay, let's go back again to synchronous. To the progressive die. As you can see, this is the last one. I will create select edge, select whole face, now you see the box is not good for the orientation, so in here I will reorient using this dynamic repositioning. Okay. This is good. So if you don't want to too thin like this, you can also increase the bounding box size from the beginning, so you don't need to add the thickness using synchronous technology for all sides. Okay, this bounding box, maybe I will put 25 also. Create this bounding box, click apply. Okay, now I get too thick in here, and also it's close, so it means I must go to synchronous editing. I go to home, face, click reverse the direction. There's 1.5, 2, 3. Okay, still not yet. Oh, I'm sorry, it's because I choose the wrong box, so it is very important to see this one. I already got now this one, and maybe I should resize again so it's not too thick. Okay, that's enough. Okay, go back again to progressive die. This is the result. So all the piercing is finished. All the piercing in here finish. If I want to see again the piercing, this is all the piercing, and the others also the special piercing tool. Okay, here the user define the piercing. Okay, this the also user define the special piercing. This is the trimming, but for this, the pilot hole, I will use not a piercing tool, but I will use this one, standard parts. So it's a different. On the next stage, I will explain how to create the pilot hole, the pilot lifter, and everything related with this pilot hole. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Please watch my next video for the next step in this progressive dive training. Thank you.